Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick-Smith.
Mr Speaker, I am understanding we're debating the title and the commencement, but as a matter of courtesy to the member, would want to make two crisp points in respect of his question. His question was, has the law changed? The answer is yes, it did. In the Housing Amendment Act that was passed by this Parliament in February of this year, the very same provisions that are affected in this bill was in a bill that went to the Housing Select Committee. I would draw his attention to the minority report from his own colleagues that chose to make absolutely no mention of the change or any concern about it. So it's ironic for members to be giving all this bluster and concern about a provision in respect of the Housing Act and its interaction with the Public Works Act when it was absolutely no concern to Labor members earlier in the year. The second point I'd like to make is I'd like to table a very specific email that was provided in respect of the development of this bill, and I'll quote it word for word from the Treasury Regulatory Impact Statement Unit that's required on all bills. And it says this: the minor avoidance of doubt provision in the Housing Act, the one that the member has just claimed is so significant, is of such moment, let me say what it says, the minor avoidance of doubt provision in the Housing Act doesn't need a RIS. It is minor and doesn't change any rights. Let me say that again. This is the independent Treasury unit, and it simply goes on and says, it is simply a clarification of existing legislative intent. Can I read the words again? It is minor and doesn't change any rights. Now the members ask then, and a fair question, well, why is it important that there is clarity in the law? I'll tell you why that's important. Right now, the government is negotiating significant contracts for tens of millions of dollars to develop housing on blocks of Crown land across Auckland. I think there's broad agreement that actually that is a good thing to do. And in the negotiation of those contracts involving tens of millions of dollars of private investment, and remember these are blocks of land the government owns, and so we are able to put definitive requirements about both social housing and affordable housing, because we own them. We can say you must do these things. It is absolutely important for those investors that they have the certainty, without any uncertainty at all, of someone potentially challenging it. And I actually think if members reflect on that, and if you were a major housing company, you would want absolute certainty in that area, and that is the sole reason that those provisions are in this bill, and why actually, if this Parliament is committed to getting more houses built in Auckland at pace, that certainty is required.